So what is diet culture, and is it honestly that bad? In today's video, we are diving into what diet culture is, where you can find it, the damage it causes, and most importantly, 3 ways that you can leave diet culture in the dust and take back your own health and happiness. I'm Kelsey Lorenz, registered dietitian, helping you heal your relationship with food so that you can feel confident, energized, and free to live your life with purpose without dieting. Today, we are talking all about diet culture. What is it? The damage that it causes, how to identify it because it's a sneaky little bugger, and also how you can rid your life of diet culture and replace it with things that will actually serve you and your health and wellness. What is diet culture? Diet culture is this idea that your body's shape and size and appearance is the most important thing about you. And it makes controlling and restricting normal. Where do we actually see diet culture? We see it literally everywhere. There is nowhere that diet culture has not stuck its little fangs in and is affecting our lives. Diet culture can be seen in magazines when every other page is telling us, do this to lose weight, get washboard abs, all these foods are bad, do this diet, yada yada, and then every model is fitting the ideal body shape of the time. Social media, so the influencers, celebrities who are telling us to drink this detox tea, to do this, do that, and you'll look like me. That is diet culture. It's found in TV, in commercials, it is found in ads that we see everywhere. Diet culture is there. It's in the workplace when your work does weight challenges, the biggest loser competitions. It is at the lunch table. It is in the break room. It is anywhere that someone tells you or is demonstrating or is showing the right way to look and the right way to be and encouraging you to change your body for the acceptance or for health, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. You can even find diet culture in the healthcare system when you are encouraged to lose weight for the sake of losing weight because it's too high on some arbitrary scale that means literally nothing about your health. And it might seem like you cannot escape it. So we're going to get to that in the end of the video on ways that you can work at limiting the amount of diet culture that you are immersed in, because that makes such a difference in the journey to healing your relationship with food. But first, to show you how prevalent diet culture is, if you're still kind of doubting, yeah, is it really that big of a deal? Is it really a thing? I'm gonna show you. This can go as far back, I'm not even kidding, it can go as far back as the 1900s and probably earlier, but I'm gonna take you back to 1950, where we can see the beginning of diet culture. Our role model as women, we wanted to look like Marilyn Monroe. She had that beautiful hourglass figure. The diet of the time was the cabbage soup diet. Yeah, that sounds super delicious and something that I wanna do. 1960s, we are moving on, and now we are straight and narrow. We went from curvy in the 50s to straight and narrow in the 60s. To get that look, we had Weight Watchers come up on the scene. And the most ridiculous thing was the rainbow diet, aka taking a rainbow of different colored pills, including amphetamines and diuretics and laxatives and thyroid pills, in an effort to get that straight and narrow frame. In the 70s, we had a little more curve, but not too much, because you better have those washboard abs. This was the time that the Atkins diet made its debut, and also cigarettes were advertised as a perfect way to control your weight. We're in the 80s now, legs for days. All the supermodels were 6 foot tall. It was the women's fitness craze, and being toned was acceptable and desired. And this is when Slim Fast came on the market so that we could replace our meals with liquid shakes. In the 90s, let's get opposite here. So 80s, we are super tall, have long legs. In the 90s, you better be small and petite. And this era was even dubbed by some heroin chic, because that is what the supermodels looked like. Like they were on heroin, but looked really cute about it. This was the low carb craze and the era that Spanx was born to help us suck in all of our parts. In the 2000s, we are tight and toned like Victoria's Secret models on the runway, and we are also introduced to juice cleanses. So we're not even eating food anymore. We are just cleansing our body with juice. 2010, okay, we are curvy. We have big booties, big boobs, and small waists, like Kim Kardashian, Nicki Minaj. Like, this is in, this is sexy. And health became the new craze. So we are paleo, keto, we're doing Whole30, we are doing gluten-free just for the heck of it. Now we're in the 2020 decade, and it is still too early to tell what the ideal body shape of the decade is going to be. but I can guarantee it will be another unattainable body shape that the vast majority of us will not be able to fit into, but damn it, we are going to try. The takeaway from 60 years of diet culture is that you will never be good enough. There is no way that if you had the body of the 60s that you can have the body of the 70s or the 80s. Like, you are going to constantly be chasing this ideal body. And don't worry, they're giving you lots of restrictive diets to help you do it that will, most likely fail. But don't worry, because they'll have another one that's going to be even bigger and better, and diet culture's got you back. But we know that that's not true, right? So there are so many problems with living in this culture. There are so many dangers in so many ways that we are damaged as people, and especially as women, being immersed in diet culture. I'm going to go through 3 reasons why diet culture is damaging us as people and us as a society. Okay, so what diet culture does is it normalizes toxic self-talk and chips away. No. It completely erodes our self-confidence. Think about the dialogue around food. This can be like at work. Let's say like in the break room, there's donuts and someone eats them. Oh, I'm so bad. I shouldn't have that. Okay, you're not bad for eating a donut, but that's what everyone says, and it's totally normal to be like, oh, I've gained so much weight, I need to cut this out. Oh, I have no willpower. Like, we routinely say those things out loud to other people, and then everyone chimes in and they're like, oh, me too, I'm so bad, I'm so terrible. And then that's only what we say in front of people. Think about yourself, what you say to yourself. You eat some cookies at home. What are some of the thoughts that go through your head? I'm gonna guess that some of you have had thoughts that are like, I'm so disgusting. I'm so fat. Why am I eating this? I'm gonna have to work out. I have no self-control. I have no willpower. I'm such an awful person. And we might not even know that we are doing that, but it normalizes that kind of talk. It normalizes looking at our bodies in the mirror and picking apart, like, oh, I'm so chubby. Oh, I have this roll. Oh my God, my cellulite. Like, we attribute how good of people we are to how we look. And there is so much wrong with that. But diet culture says that's normal, right? Because everybody's doing that. So that's the first thing. It totally erodes our self-confidence. It makes us think and feel that we have no willpower, no self-control, no discipline. We are weak. And in reality, we are fine. And it is not our problem. It is diet culture's problem. Number 2 is that it puts weight loss and controlling our body over health and wellness. And I'm talking whole health and wellness, like physical health, mental health, emotional health, our social lives, all of these things, because we are constantly doing unhealthy things in an effort to lose weight. Those promises of you will have a better social life, no, you won't, because you're not going out and doing things that you're going to be putting in a situation to eat the foods that you are not allowed to eat. You're going to have so much energy. No, you don't. You are constantly restricting yourself. You're not eating enough calories. You're not eating enough carbs. You're skipping meals. You're going to be so confident. No, you're not. You're not confident because you are constantly feeling like you have no willpower. You have no control over yourself. You have no discipline. Like, it erodes your confidence. It is not building your confidence. You're going to be so happy. No, you're hangry. You are angry. You are mad at the people who bring those foods. Like, oh my God. I remember when I was in my dieting days, in the beginning of my relationship with my husband, he would bring cookies home and I would literally yell at him. I would eat them all. He would be mad because he didn't get any. And then I would yell at him like it was his fault because I ate them all because I couldn't control myself. He should know better. But like, that is what it makes us do. It is literally crazy. All these diets that are like, you can't eat carbs, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. We think it's for health. Oh, it's going to be so good for us. But in reality, we are cutting out whole food groups that are so good for us and have so many amazing nutrients and taste so good in the effort to lose weight or to be healthy, because that is diet culture's angle, right? They have an angle like, you're going to be healthy if you do this. If you don't do this, then you're lazy and you're unhealthy, which is not true. Number 3 is it normalizes disordered eating and body dysmorphia, which is incredibly dangerous and are huge risk factors for developing an eating disorder, which is devastating. Things like meticulous tracking, putting everything you eat, every morsel into MyFitnessPal, skipping meals, tricking yourself into not being hungry, only eating during specific windows, binging, purging, body checking, scale obsession. All of those are disordered eating behaviors that diet culture normalizes. People do it all the time. That is how you are careful. That is how you manage your weight. All of those behaviors are sucking the joy out of life. And for no reason. You don't have to do that. But this society that we live in says that that is normal and that is how you take care of your health. And that is just not true. And the fourth thing is that it heavily promotes discrimination. And this is so damaging, especially in our healthcare system, not just in society in general. Because if you have two people, and this happens all the time, you have two people who go in to see a doctor for something like knee pain. Someone with a larger body will be told, you need to lose weight and your knee pain will get better. Someone in a thin body or their BMI is healthy will be told, here's some exercises, stretching, physical therapy. If none of this works, we'll talk surgery. There are so many problems with that. While maybe the person in the larger body, their knee pain could benefit from less weight on their body, they still deserve all of those other suggestions, all of those other treatments as the other person. So this is kind of where the health at every size framework comes in. As a society, we need to start changing that narrative because your body size tells the world nothing about you. Nothing. It tells them nothing about your health. It tells them nothing about your exercise habits. It tells them nothing about your qualities, nothing about what you contribute to the world. It tells people nothing. But diet culture makes that really, really hard to do. Those are all the ways that diet culture damages you as an individual. It damages us as a society. But there are a few things that you can do to stop letting diet culture run your life and take back your own health and happiness. Number one, control what you take in. And I am absolutely not talking about the food you take in. Control what media and sources you get your information from. Control, to the best of your ability, what you are exposed to every day. You can start with your social media feeds. If there is any account that tells you that you can do XYZ to change your body, to change your appearance, unfollow. If anything makes you feel less than or like you need to change yourself to be accepted, to fit in, unfollow. There's a difference between motivational accounts and inspiring accounts and accounts that are promoting diet culture. Be selective about what magazines you take in, what TV shows you watch, and then get really good at changing the subject. When you are in the break room at work and people start talking about how many points are in their lunch, and let me tell you how many points are in your lunch because that happened. Get real good at changing the conversation. Have a little list in your back pocket that you can pull from. So when people say, oh my gosh, I could never eat that. Oh my gosh, I went to the zoo this weekend. Have you guys been to that zoo yet? It's so fun. Like, get good at that kind of thing because it will make a huge difference in the conversation that goes around the table. All right, number two, replace unhelpful diet culture with things that are actually going to inspire and motivate you on your non-diet journey. I have a whole list of intuitive eating books that are a great place to start from. You can either get the books or download them to listen to. I'll link that in the comments below. Get your hands on some good books, some podcasts, follow social media accounts that talk about things like attuned eating, intuitive eating, mindful eating, enjoyable movement, self-care, body respect. Start filling your feed with people who have a similar body type to you so that you can start to see that every body is represented. As someone who is a thin, white, cis female, I'm telling you, go follow other people too. What I have to say is valuable, but don't only get your information from me if you feel like I'm not representative of where you're at right now. I've got videos in the lineup that will help you. So if you are interested, go ahead and hit subscribe so that you can get every week my updated videos helping you on your non-diet journey. Number three, reject diet culture. Seriously, make a vow to yourself that you are done letting those messages dictate how you feel and how you live your life. When you make that decision, it is so empowering. And instead of being like, okay, I'm done and now what do I do? Start learning about intuitive eating, start learning about enjoyable movement, start learning how you can start taking care of your body today so that you are able to truly live your life with purpose without the influences of diet culture. Go ahead in the comments, tell me, where do you see diet culture most prevalent in your life and how has it affected you? Because we are all going to have different stories. If you like this video, go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe, follow along because every week I'm gonna have more and more videos out to help you on your diet-free journey so that you can live confident, energized, in your life on purpose.